Over 30 years ago, I went to Thailand to be a volunteer teacher, and I was really fortunate to live in Southeast Asia at a time of real change. Thailand had refugees coming across its borders from Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and while I was there, also from Myanmar or Burma. That really put me on this trajectory of where I am today, where I've been doing development work essentially for over 25 years. I actually was a country director in the field, so I actually lived in a country and managed programs in countries. I've worked at headquarters where I've overseen projects. I've worked at different roles in headquarters where I've been director of communications and advocacy. So really, I've been really blessed to have a whole host of experiences that have allowed me, that I've been able to draw upon in my role as CEO of IMA World Health. So as a CEO of an implementing partner in the PQMD family, I think PQMD plays a really unique role in this space. I would say there's three unique things that PQMD does that you don't find in other places. I think first of all that it provides a place of standards so that organizations both donating and receiving those donations have a place to have a conversation about best practices. I think the second thing that PQMD does is it creates a really interesting connection between the people who are receiving the products on the ground as donations and the people manufacturing them. You know, in a situation where you have these very large U.S.-based and European-based, for the most part, pharmaceutical companies, I don't think they really touch the person in the developing world country that receives them. So really the role that PQMD does is it joins the two groups, the donors group and the implementing group, so that they all have a better connection to what's going on the ground. I'd say the third thing that PQMD does that's unique is that it creates also an environment of conversation so that the groups donating and the groups receiving can really have a conversation about development. What's good development? And where does this need to go? So really, PQMD is a wonderful organization that has some unique properties and values that you don't find in other networks or other organizations. And really the point of PQMD was that both on the donor side and on the implementing partner side, that we assured that GIK adhere to certain standards. So, for example, product dating, that we weren't providing any medicines or supplies that had gone beyond their expiration dates, that we really tried to self-police ourselves as to best practices around GIK and donations. So we've had a long history in conversation with PQMD. We've had a long history in actually receiving donations from them. And so I feel like that PQMD is a really important part of this larger conversation on development and the best ways to do development. So IMA, even though IMA as an organization is using GIK less and less in terms of the work that we do, because we do more development and less emergencies, because our programmatic work is usually funded now by public donors such as USAID, DFID, the World Bank, Global Fund, and others. That we can now, we have I think a better mix of both GIK and direct service, and that we can utilize the gifts that we do get much more effectively than we used to.